and the warmest with which I have been treated since the very start of my stay in this beautiful country. I would also like to thank you, RIS, for the opportunity to speak today and to offer some general thoughts into both the importance of South-South and triangular cooperation, as well as the significance of the Buenos Aires Plan of Action 40 years later. We have to remember that 40 years ago, 138 countries came together to agree on a plan to share technical knowledge and enhance cooperation amongst developing countries. Throughout their goals was a desire to expedite and streamline development through shared knowledge, technology transfer, and joined up efforts to strengthen sustainable development. That's precisely the purpose of the Delhi process, to explore new avenues and challenges of South-South and triangular cooperation 40 years later in a very different political, social, and economic reality, as mentioned by previous speakers. At its core, the Buenos Aires Plan of Action was and remains an acknowledgement that achieving the well-being of humanity requires us to look beyond sectors or borders and to find common shared solutions. The second high-level conference on South-South cooperation, set to take place, as already mentioned, in March to mark the 40th anniversary of BAPA, is a critical moment to reflect and reinvigorate. In this, I mean that we must use this opportunity to reflect on the current status of South-South cooperation, particularly in the context of geopolitical and fiscal challenges, and to take action that helps revitalize the plan and the approach for a new era, allowing South-South and triangular cooperation to be a continued and trustworthy tool in achieving development objectives and, of course, help deliver on the 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. While financing much of the Sustainable Development Goals will be a burden for developing countries, the impact of the financial crisis a decade ago still lingers. Nor is this the only global financial or political challenge to development aid or direct foreign investment. Enhanced South-South and triangular cooperation that is facilitated and encouraged at all levels will enable, for sure, countries to compensate for potential setbacks. Through mutual support and through strengthened regional trade, investment, and development, South-South cooperation can boost pre-existing efforts that may have slowed down or paved the way for new, otherwise unavailable opportunities. It is only by working together that we will ever eradicate extreme poverty, enhance access to health and education, and create economic opportunities for all, in order to, as mentioned by the Ambassador of Argentina, to leave no one behind. South-South cooperation can make important contributions in this regard, helping countries undertake the necessary changes, institutional, structural, technological, or otherwise, then enable advancement. This is not to say that South-South cooperation should in any way replace North-South cooperation or development support. Rather, it is to note that our efforts are complementary in that they are only made more efficient and more effective when all potential angles for cooperation are pursued. As it is, many emerging markets have themselves passed through a similar development process to the one that many low-income and least developed countries are now undergoing. They have faced and face the same economic challenges in developing their infrastructure and human resources, in developing and diversifying their productive potential, and in achieving the structural transformation that is needed to ensure resilience against global pitfalls. Sharing lessons, experiences, technologies, and opportunities amongst our peers, therefore, only makes sense. I am pleased to say that countries such as India have emerged as leaders in this regard. An example, as already mentioned, is the India, Brazil, and South Africa Dialogue Forum, or IBSA, launched already in 2003. Focused on key areas such as energy, agriculture, transportation, and science and technology, IBSA seeks initiatives and processes that help to ensure sharing of knowledge, skills, technologies, and resources across the three partners. And just 2 weeks ago, India, along with its partners in BRICS, reaffirmed its commitments to sharing technologies, noting through their joint declaration that, and I quote, "It is essential to develop effective policies to bridge the digital divides, including through supporting people to learn and by adopting new technologies," end of quote. The declaration went on to emphasize that measures to ensure technology transfer must be in place. India is also a champion of the International Solar Alliance, launched last year by Prime Minister Modi and President Macron. The alliance had brought together dozens of countries to support energy access, create jobs, spur innovation, protect the environment, and enhance the market share of solar power. This, my friends, is the future of international cooperation. Colleagues, if we are to achieve the ambitions set out in Agenda 2030, then the aspirations of Buenos Aires and examples such as the ones I just mentioned must be continued, reinforced, and built upon. BAPA Plus 40 is an opportunity to emphasize just this. We need ever stronger integration, coupled with the expansion of regional infrastructure, the building of equal South-South trading relationships, and greater regional policy coordination. As President of the UN General Assembly, I have committed to supporting the BAPA Plus 40 process and will be embarking on an effort to reach out to member states and to produce a strong and meaningful outcome document by February 2019 that will boost cooperation, integration, solidarity as a means to transform lives and well-being of all. I look forward to ensuring success in Buenos Aires, and I wish you every success and a fruitful dialogue and conversation today. Thank you very much.